It's so fucking hot.
It's too hot. It is far too hot.
Yeah, it almost makes me wish that we could actually record this in like a biplane, just flying just so high up that the air is cold.
Although it does sound like it, because look, I've got my fan going.
Yeah, I've got my fan slightly lower, and just been sat right next to me like all day. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
I've only got like a clip-on desktop fan. My real big fan is in the bedroom, but this is like my sort of little portable one that I bring in here when we do this, because I have to shut the curtains and shut the door, and it gets fucking roasting.
Ah, I've just realized I have a USB fan and one of those power packs you can just carry around.
That could work.
I could just hang it off like the front of like a t-shirt and just point it at my face all day.
Yeah, you won't look stupid, so that's fine. Oh yeah, it's the Co-Pilots podcast. Again, we're back.
Yeah, still got the same name.
Carrying on our horror theme, which has run for the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, I think so.
One, 2, 3. Oh, this will be the 4th in the horror, and then we're gonna have a little break, and then we're gonna go a little bit into horror, and then that's it
Yeah.
for horror. Anyway, so I've enjoyed these horror shows that we've done.
Yeah, it was mostly for you, because
Oh,
yeah, as we've discussed before, horror
for you,
not
Damien?
really my tang.
Which is a shame. Cause
Which is weird because like still super into Base Motel.
and Channel Zero. Have you watched any more of it? Because you said that you had a mysterious package arrive in the mail.
Yeah, well no, I put it in and it was just static, so I just pretended I knew what the show was. Which is
Put
like,
what?
yep,
Put what in? Quick.
Channel Zero
The
disc.
So it was the DVDs that showed up, wasn't it? Because we didn't actually explain that bit.
Oh yeah, I bought the Blu-rays.
There we go.
Yeah, which is weird because there's a lot of files there, but it's all static. I don't understand.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to having a look at those.
I got Lisa to watch the pilot because I basically for the last week since we recorded, I have not talked about anything else other than like all the guys at work. I'm like, you have to watch this show. It's fucking brilliant. So I got Lisa to watch it, and she equally enjoyed it, but she got a bit freaked out with the Toothy Man because anything that like is sort of humanoid but crawls, she does not cope well with. So
Oh man, she is not gonna like
fun.
babies.
Yeah, imagine that. Look, it's creepy and crawly, and it's shitting everywhere all over our carpet.
Yeah, I mean on the plus side, it's not covered in teeth.
Yeah, like a shark. So on the show today we have the TV show Slasher and the TV show Supernatural. With which do you wish to start?
Oh, shall we go Slasher?
Yep, it's shit.
Done.
No, I mean like I feel I always feel bad like when we talk negatively about a show because there's obviously a lot of work that goes into making these things, and clearly someone is yeah, I can't remember. It's just the whole concept that it was all created by this one guy, Aaron Martin. So I feel bad that like it just doesn't do for me what I wanted it to do. But it was still entertaining in parts.
Yeah, there was. I think my only real problem with it is that I feel like it showed its hand too early and was just like, just very happy to kill people. Which, fair enough. There's a serial killer. But, like, the hint at the end, I think, that he's going after people who've committed, like, I'm guessing one of, like, the 7 deadly sins. And then they get a punishment fitting their crime from the Bible. I'm guessing that's what's going on.
That's a really good MO, I think. But I mean, it sort of borrows stuff from Seven. Have you seen Seven? The Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's very much. There's a serial killer who is killing people. in the format of the Seven Deadly Sins. But he doesn't do the whole punishment which is mentioned in the Bible. That's actually a really... But who in the Bible gets stabbed through the back and then like sliced down?
I honestly, I have no idea.
I
think just sort of.
I think it was the whale from Jonah and the Whale.
Maybe.
But yeah, so this is the thing, right? I've stated on the show many times that I really don't like shows whose like narrative is driven by a character having amnesia. My second biggest pet hate is in horror films when somebody moves into a new fucking house. It drives me fucking mad because there's hundreds.
Is it still? Does it count as a new house?
Yes.
Her parents were murdered there.
They have cardboard boxes and they've not slept there before. They've moved house as far as I'm concerned. It just drives me any time because we have a couple of friends who we watch pretty much all our horror films we watch with these people, and they know every time they're moving house, they know it's something I hate. So with me for horror, it's like I don't like found footage, I don't like people moving houses, and then like just generally amnesia fucking annoys me. So yeah, so some people move house and then they shag on the floor, which is weird and probably quite uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and the town is
like
mental.
The thing I found weird is the fact that she's moving back to the house where her parents were murdered,
but she's sort of okay with it.
Yeah, because she just sort of like, you see it when she first walks in, she just like looks at, I guess, where she was born / her mum was killed.
Yeah.
And like I think they're half setting it up so that either her or the boy will be
Dylan.
Yeah, whatever. Will be the serial killer. Well, the copycat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Although, a little part of me likes the idea that it's like just a cult of executioners who just go around killing.
So it ends like Wicker Man.
Yeah, like as a team.
Yeah.
And I did kind of find the whole, like, him just sat in the chair rocking the baby after he's killed the parents, just
that
kind of
creepy.
creepy.
That was very creepy. But like it was taken a lot for. There's a French film called, well, in French it's called À l'intérieur, which means inside, and it is literally, that is the final shot of that film, is a woman cradling a baby in a rocking chair with, I think it's a pair of scissors she's got in her hands. But that's a particularly gory horror film, but a brilliant one. But yeah, it just reminded me of that. But no, that was creepy. So I did enjoy that, and you know, like I said, there's parts that I do enjoy. I really like slasher movies, so like watching people die in interesting ways and violent ways. You know, I'm not above that. I like a bit of that, but
I feel like this would almost just have been a better film.
That's the thing. Like I said this, but I can't remember what show it was we were talking
Scream.
about. But was it Scream? Yeah,
Scream,
well,
I think.
Horrors, particularly slashers, they're at their best when they're, you know, punchy.
Tense.
Yeah, punchy and short, and you know they open up, they get some killings, and you know, and then they're done. You know, a decent 90-minute slasher movie. So having a sustained thing, although I do see this is only 8 episodes.
It's perfect binge watching territory.
But equally, that is 8 hours of horror film, which is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Perhaps that's unfair because, you know, it's a completely different format. But you know,
I think format, the TV show format's a much harder thing because you have to build that sort of like suspense.
Yeah.
And that's hard to maintain. I'm guessing they dropped it all in one day. But even if you watch like 6 episodes and then you come back like the next day, all of that like 6 episodes of building up like tension of just like. So they almost have to build up tension during the episode and then just give you a little release at the end. So you're like.
Yeah.
And then you can just come back composed and be like, right, I'm ready to see which 4 people the executioner will kill next week.
Yeah. I guess that does make sense. But then the best horror movies, the best slash movies, the best movies, best TV show, all of them make you like give a shit about the characters. You don't necessarily have to like them, but you have to identify with them. And I did not like any characters in this show. Like, I didn't really like Sarah because she just seemed a bit dismissive of her parents' murder. Dylan I probably liked the best, but even him I was like, if he dies then
Cool.
fine.
Then I guess he's not the killer.
What was it? There was something that occurred to me. You know, there's a bit where he goes into the newspaper's office and he's standing behind like a big mural, and on the mural is there's like a slogan or a series of words or something. And I thought that's actually a really nice little touch. I can't remember what it is, but anyway, that's a point that I've made with my critical eye that I have since forgotten. Much like people with amnesia.
Yeah, it sounds like the start of a really good horror film.
Yeah.
The thing that I think this show would do that I quite like is the whole, they've got their serial killer in prison doing a Ted Bundy and being a bit helpful to understanding like motives and the like, which I think is maybe something that could make the show more interesting than I feel it has a right to be.
Yeah. But I guess that might take it away from horror and start putting it into sort of almost detective mode, if you know what I mean.
I think I feel like it's maybe a show that will straddle the fence on like what it actually is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like like a detective TV show works, but I feel like a slasher on its own wouldn't work without some element of like people trying to work out, probably for very different reasons. Because I feel like Dylan's going to be trying to figure it all out because he's a newspaper man.
Yeah.
And they do figuring. And she's going to try and figure out, I guess, so that she doesn't get killed. But it's annoying because I normally like Kate McGrath in things that she's in.
I don't think I recognised her. Where has she been? She's been
Merlin. She was Morgana in Merlin.
Oh, was she?
And she's in Supergirl, but you don't watch that, so. And she's been in some other stuff, but I haven't seen it. It's like these three things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I that's weird. So she's in Merlin. She was also in the King Arthur movie from last year.
Oh, yeah. I watched that on a plane.
That's weird.
Yeah, she doesn't play the same character, does she?
Oh, you know where else we've seen her? She was in Dracula.
Yeah, I remember I mentioned that I'd seen her in things before when we did that. But that was like 3 years ago, so...
We ain't gonna remember that.
No. We have enough trouble working out what our top 5 shows were at the end of the year.
Fair play. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to go back to slasher because like it would.
I might give it another episode to see if it just does more of the same. Then I might be like, cool.
Yeah, I mean,
but if it does something,
again, it's time with me. So.
Yeah, if it does something slightly more interesting than next episode, I might be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I don't really understand is if this new executioner who's killed 2 people that we know of, he killed the neighbour and for some reason the kid. That's the thing that sort of makes me think that it's maybe not like this whole biblical serial killer thing. The fact that he just like straight up just murdered that kid with a baseball bat.
Oh yeah.
And then he killed the woman in the bed with like
cutting her hands and feet off.
But I don't know, maybe it could do something interesting. But then it might just not, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I suppose it looks
I
like
didn't like it as much.
It looks like season 2 is going to be one of these more like anthology sort of things where they change from season to season.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good thing.
So they're doing like the home invasion killer, and then I think series 2 they're doing like the summer camp, so like Friday 13th and Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah, so I guess they're doing like sort of homages to popular
horror stuff,
tropes, and I guess maybe it could be interesting. So I might, if I don't like season 1, I might just look at season 2, see if that's better.
Yeah, that's very true. The more I look into this, the more I'm like rereading about it, or the more I'm sort of disappointed I didn't enjoy it as much. Because really, in theory, this should be right up my street. So maybe, do you know what, I might give it another go. I might just have to, because
Maybe, yeah, it might just be a case of like, when a pilot just throws so much at you that you have to try and go, oh, there's so much to look at, and sometimes it takes sitting back and like talking about it to be like, actually maybe that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, which I don't have any problem with like changing my mind halfway through an argument or discussion or whatever, so that's fine. But
it's literally the point, isn't it?
a few years ago I tried, because I'd heard about League of Gentlemen on, I think it was the IGN UK podcast, and so I thought, I'll give it a go, because it sounded like, it's kind of horror influenced. Yeah, I'll give it a watch. Watched the first episode because it came out on Netflix, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I watched a couple and I was like, yeah, this just isn't for me. But then like a couple of months later, and I'll just give it another try, and now it's like one of my favourite shows. So they do, what is it they say? Best tastes are acquired ones, or whatever. Acquired tastes are the best.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's happened to me with other shows where I've just been like, oh no, I'm not going to watch that, it's not for me.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, yep, that's all I want to watch. I think I did it. I think I did that with The Walking Dead. I just sort of went like, I think I watched like the first little bit, and just went, oh, it's just a zombie thing.
Yeah.
And then just turned it off, and then watched all of Game of Thrones. And then was like, oh, I've got nothing to watch because I've watched all of Game of Thrones. And then just went, oh, maybe it's actually not that bad.
I remember it took you a long time to convince you to watch Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well, it's because like zombies had been done.
Yeah. Around sort of the time that I was trying to get you to watch, or like just a couple of years before that, like 2012, I think, it was like the sort of the height of zombies being everywhere. Do you remember like the Forbidden Planet? It was just everything in that display window was just fucking zombie themed. Because you had the Call of Duty games coming out, they all had zombie stuff in it. You had the Walking Dead comics and TV show. It was just everywhere.
Yeah, and so to add like Walking Dead to that, I was a bit like, could we do something different? But then, like, it turned out being really good. I like stuff like that though, where I could sort of go, oh, I was incorrect about what I assumed the show was going to be like. Yeah,
so that's why it's always good to try new stuff.
Yeah,
including
Fallout 3.
Have you played Dead Space?
I have. I've played some of Dead Space 3 with you.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? For our short-lived.
We should probably play more of that. I actually quite liked it.
Well, apparently, as you go on through the game, if you do it multiplayer, we would start seeing different things. So like, you could be like, shit, you're gonna help me with these aliens that are attacking me, and I'll look over and there won't be anyone near you, and I'll be like, mate, I don't know what you're talking about.
Do our characters have like mental breakdowns?
Yeah, it's like a meta game.
That sounds awesome. We also still need to play A Way Out.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Anyway,
next time you're in London, we'll play that.
But before we do that, this.
I suppose it's about time that we talked about this really new show that hasn't had that many episodes, Supernatural.
Okay, so Supernatural.
For anyone that hasn't heard of it, I guess.
Our friend Zara, along with Firefly, I think, was she trying to get us to watch it? Or I just know she was a big fan of it.
I don't think she ever tried to convince us to watch it. I think she just expressed that it was a good show.
Yeah. So we're finally, now, 5-6 years later?
I mean,
and
we are well up to date. This is 13 years old.
But I'll tell you what, you were bloody right. I loved this. I thought it was great.
Yeah, no, it's so much fun.
It's really good. Like the start, like where the mum dies.
Oh, when
really
she
horrible
walks
way.
past and she just goes like, "Oh, what's his name?"
Negan.
Yeah, and he just goes, "Shh," and she just accepts it. Like, I feel like my mum would just gone, "Don't you fucking shush me." And then like, when she goes downstairs and realizes that her husband's just asleep, and she just goes, "Oh."
Yeah, I guess
Fuck.
that's not. But yeah, so it's these two brothers. Their mum is killed in a really horrible paranormal way, and then they seemingly spend the rest of their lives trying to find or at least their dad gets an obsession with trying to find the demon that killed her, and they train in, I guess, a whole bunch of ways that we've not really seen yet, but is alluded to.
Well, yeah, they say they were raised like soldiers.
I tell you what is very confusing is that for
Sam and Dean, like,
yes,
what, remembering the Dean that I
Dean
recognise as Dean
is Sam, and the
new
person
guy
we don't know
is
is Dean.
I'm so glad that you had a problem with that as well, because I was just like, why can't you just call him Dean?
Or Jess. Call the other one Jess. That would have made it so much better and easier.
Yeah.
I like it. It really reminded me of Buffy, the good parts of Buffy. So that was lovely. Do you know what? I really wish that I'd known this was around at the time that I was watching Buffy, because I started watching that in like 2006, 7, and that's when this was pretty much like just kicking off. So I really wish I'd managed to find a way of watching this, because it's great. It's really good fun.
What you mean, instead of being what, like however many fucking seasons behind? I don't even.
12.
Is it 12? I thought it was more than that.
There are 12 series currently. That's on DVD releases. No, there's 13. I think one of them just finished like a couple of months ago. But Jesus, they've been doing this for fucking 12 years.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for some reason I had it in my head that there was like 20 seasons.
Oh, the first series was Warner Brothers, and then it went to the CW is owned by Warner Brothers, right?
I don't think so.
It's a
CW
joint
is
venture
where
between
Arrow is.
CW is a joint venture between CBS and CBS, UPN, and Warner Brothers.
Yeah, the lead actors in this are good friends with Stephen Amell, in Arrow.
Oh, no way. That's
Yeah,
cool.
they prank each other.
Do they?
Yeah, because they film on the same set.
Oh, I think I can feel myself becoming a proper fanboy of this now. It's fucking great. I really, really enjoyed this. Like, I don't know, it might just get into my top 5.
Yeah, I was thinking that, unless something that comes next is going to be better. But
well, the way that we've been bashing them out, could have another Channel Zero on our hand.
yeah, but then there's some stuff coming. There's definitely some more stuff coming. But
I'd like the idea that I can't believe I've not really looked into this before, but it's basically, they're raised as demon hunters.
I think
why
the
haven't I fucking watched this?
Yeah, the reason I think I didn't watch it is because I was just like, there's so much hype around it. Like, it can't be that good.
Turns out.
Yeah.
Well,
I kind of hate it when that happens, where I'm just like, I'm not going to watch it because too many people like it. And I'm just going, oh, fuck. See why they like it.
The other thing that does put me on, and I'd say it's just the sheer number
volume
of episodes. Like, there's so many.
Do you know, that's
So
the only
many.
thing I didn't like about the show is knowing that I now want to watch
286
every
more
fucking
episodes.
episode.
Yeah. Where can we get this? Is this on any streaming service to speak of? Is it on Now TV?
Not that I know of, no.
Because I bought the pilot, which is fine. I got no problem. Oh, it's not on Now TV. I got no problem with buying the pilot for the purposes of this show. The only issue comes when I want to buy the rest of the show, and
Yeah,
it's
it costs more money. Yeah.
Which, that shouldn't be. I was thinking about this, right? I recommend, because the horror friends that I previously mentioned, they came over on Friday night, and we'd done the Channel Zero podcast on the
Tuesday.
Was it the Thursday? It was the Tuesday. Okay. And I said to them, look, you really should watch this show. And they were like, oh, okay, where can we watch it? I said, well, it is on Amazon, but it's only like, £6 or £7. And they were like, well, I'd rather not pay for it. I'd rather just watch it for free. And I'm like, but that's how it gets made. We have to pay for this sort of stuff.
Yeah, or enough of us have to pay for this stuff.
Well, exactly. But yeah, so I was wondering, maybe the DVDs for the Series 1 are like, oh, here we go, £70 gets you Series 1 to 12. That does not seem like a lot of money, to be fair.
No, not because they're 22 episode seasons, so
Most of them are. I think one of them's a 16. To finish off Series 1, it's £20. So if you look at that, so £20 for the first series, or it's 70 for all 12. That's not bad.
man, I'm super tempted to just buy it.
I mean, if I had a bit of cash, then maybe, but I'm a little bit broke at the minute.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
we
no,
haven't actually
there's
spoken about the
still
show.
a lot more of the show to talk about.
Oh, you go. The first series you can get for a tenner. That's not bad, is it?
Yeah, that
That's
seems
reasonable.
pretty reasonable for like probably around like 20 hours of like watching stuff.
Yeah, and considering that,
It's 50p an hour. That's
Yeah.
how much I expect games to get me. So
But yeah, we'll consider. Saying that, the Series 1 to 12, £70. That's quite good, because X-Files we got for £40, and but that stopped airing. So we still need to watch the X-Files. Actually. Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, this is what Slasher was missing. I really like the two characters. I really like both. I thought one of them was going to be like quite annoying, but no, they're both really cool.
and they have
I
a really
like-
nice dynamic between them.
They're-
I think
they're-
my favourite is when Dean Sam is saying to not Dean that he's just like, oh, Dad let you go on a hunt on your own? He's just like, I'm 26, bro. That's just like, they're brothers. Because it's one of those, it seems like it's one of those relationships where they don't see each other for a few years and they're just like,
But then once they're together, it's,
yeah.
Yeah, I really like the dynamic between them. I'm really excited. I'm definitely going to watch more of this.
oh, so I'm like, no hesitation, I'm going to watch more of this.
It's just, as we're discussing, it's a case of logistics of like, where there you go, CEX sell them for like £3-4 a series. So if we can just piece them together.
Yeah. When I was watching it, like especially in like the opening scene where I was just like, wait, since when's Negan like a doting father? But I saw like a promo picture for like something like a promo post on like Instagram or Twitter or whatever, like many years down the line, where I think it's not Dean is holding a baseball bat, like wrapped in barbed wire. It's just like, this is for you, Dad. And I was just like,
Yeah, that can't be an accident, can it?
oh no, I feel like they, like I'm pretty sure they yeah, that was on purpose.
Yeah.
Because obviously it means at some point Jeffrey Dean Morgan leaves the show to go and do Walking Dead,
Yeah.
which could mean he's dead. We don't
Well,
know.
to be fair, with it being about supernatural stuff, it could be about anything.
Do you know what my favourite thing would be? If just Constantine turns up for no reason.
There's a mad crossover event with Supernatural. I've just remembered. Is it Scooby Doo? Am I dreaming that? Is there a mad crossover between this and Scooby Doo? Or is there an X-Files crossover or something? There's some mad.
No, there is a Scooby Doo crossover scene.
Yeah, I thought
They're
there was.
in Scooby Doo.
That's really weird.
It's like when I was watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine and then characters from New Girl showed up and I was like, I don't understand. And then it happens in like the DC TV shows and I'm like, that was pretty good. Why don't you do that more?
I'm thinking that this being a supernatural and it's sort of like Monster of the Week, or presumably it's Monster of the Week, there's only a matter of time until there's werewolves and shit. So that's going to be wicked.
I imagine it's probably the same as a lot of like this CW shows where there's like an element of Monster of the Week for most of this series and then it sort of tees up like a big bad for like the tail end.
Yeah.
To then sort of like have that final battle and then cut off for this season and then come back.
I tell you, I am proper tempted by this this box set.
Yeah, I might find a nearby CX and see if I can find it.
That's true as well. Actually, I suppose I could just nip into it. Oh, we could go and look this weekend if we end up going into a town.
Yeah.
Because that's it. That's something that's exciting to happen. It's going to be our friend Jack's birthday.
Yeah, we get to see each other. We can't record a podcast because there'll be noisy cunts there. But
no, we should totally try. That's a fucking great.
What, and
idea.
just have everyone as guest stars?
Yeah.
Starring lots of people we know who haven't watched the TV shows we're talking about, but will input anyway.
Oh no. What was it? No, because I was going to say we could have done it on TV shows that we all watched together in at uni.
But I think we've done them all.
We've done How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And I don't want to hear your opinions on Big Bang Theory again.
Ooh, isn't autism funny? No.
Okay.
That's just what I think of that show, you know. But,
Which is that? I mean, that's really why we're not doing it. Because you're just too negative. Because it's funny.
All right, Jim Jeffries.
So yeah, basically,
So yeah, Supernatural. Tara, we're sorry. We're so sorry. You are absolutely right. Firefly, you were wrong as shit about. Supernatural, you were bang on the money.
Yeah, no, I kind of feel bad for just flat out refusing to watch it, but
Hey, that's who we were back then.
yeah. And now we're just like, please, just tell us TV shows. I don't care if they're good, we'll put them on the list.
Yeah, so that's it. You've had two chances, and you've gone 50-50. So now we need a decider. You have to give us Zara. You have to give us one more show, and if it's an absolute banger,
Fucking start.
fine. If it's a stinker, that's it between all three of us. That's it. We all go our separate ways, and we never speak to each other again.
And we'll let
Oh
you
my
continue
God.
to live in
Sorry.
Japan.
As we were just mentioning, going up to Jack's for the weekend, and we were saying, "Oh, let's go to a shop. Let's go to CX." I've just had a message from Jack saying, "Yeah, I'll run you guys to a shop. No worries." And I was like, "He's in the walls." That's terrifying. Anyway, so yeah, Supernatural good, Slasher not so good, but we're gonna try again. I'm definitely gonna carry on watching Supernatural.
Yeah, I'm going to keep watching Supernatural. Should we actually talk about more of what happens in Supernatural? Because we've talked about the opening and then just gone.
I think mystery is sometimes more powerful than knowing the truth.
Okay, that makes us a really informative podcast. Just like, oh yeah, we watched the show. Kind of didn't like it.
When did we ever brand ourselves as informative?
Nah,
And anyway,
we'll
now
try.
we can't be accused of spoiling what happens in the first episode.
Yeah, I just really liked the whole white woman thing because I was just like,
Ooh, that's racist.
well, no, it's the demony thing that they called her.
In
More
fairness,
racist.
in fairness, that bit where he drives the car through the ghost and then she just appears in the backseat, that bit was fucking cool.
Yeah, I like that after he's just like, what were you doing trying to shoot Casper in the head? It's just like, you said Casper. That's a friendly ghost. But no, I really like the sort of, because it's always nice to see a twist on like like essentially a detective show at heart.
Yeah,
They just happen to be investigating the supernatural.
it was like the X-Files, but more sort of horror inflected rather than sci-fi inflected. But also, the end. It's just to say we're not spoiling the ending. The ending where, what's his name?
Dean.
Sam. No. Shit.
No, his name is Dean Sam. And the other one is not Dean.
When Dean Sam, he sees his girlfriend killed in the same way as their mum.
Doesn't it? It makes me think there's something to do with him, and not something to do with the girls.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So maybe it's like he's got, like, he's been paranormal activity, and he's just got like a demon following him around, just waiting for him to, I don't know, not be paying enough attention, and they're just going like, hey, look at me, murdered your girlfriend.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh dear, I think I've just read a massive spoiler.
Oh no.
That's alright, I won't tell you what it is. Or will I?
But yeah, I like that, like with most pilots, it's like a very self-contained, like, here's some setting, here's what they do, and then here's a reason for us to keep making this show. But then also sort of, but when it just sort of goes, we've got work to do, that could easily have been just like a, well, guess what we're doing now? Murdering demons. But we can't take you along. It's almost like a, we've got work to do is not just them in character, it's them saying to the studio, like, come on, we've got work to do, let's go make some shit happen.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I liked it so much more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, me too.
Because it was somewhere in between, like what I would probably refer to as proper horror, where it's like scary and I guess somewhat toning it down for like a more wider audience. And me, apparently. Because it had some horror, but like with just like this fun edge to it that I liked.
I'm really excited to see where else it goes. I'm really excited to see, like...
Yeah, well, I mean, some DVDs are going to come to my house, so...
Have you just bought it?
No, I'm really considering it, but I should stop doing stuff like that.
Oh, if I had a bit of cash...
Because I still need to watch Black Sails. Like, I haven't watched that yet.
Do you know, thinking about it, I'm getting a bit of extra this month because I did a bit of overtime.
Well... By the next time we record, we will have Supernatural. Maybe this can be like our new like segue. Just like, so where are you up to with Supernatural? And then the consistent thing between our segues would be Dean and Sam Dean, or Dean Sam, whichever I decide his name should be.
It's making me want to watch Buffy again, though. That's the other thing.
Weirdly, seeing like this made me really just want to rewatch Gilmore Girls again.
So you can get the box set of Buffy, like all 7 series, for 40 quid. That's a fucking bargain.
You know, I think I should watch more Buffy, because I feel like when we did it on the podcast, I was like, yeah, it seems good, but it seems a bit old and dated.
Well, I mean, maybe, but like I still really like Buffy. Like. It was on Netflix for a little while, and I did watch a couple of episodes. Like, there's a few episodes that I have as my favourites that I'll watch. If
I've been doing that with How I Met Your Mother. I've been jumping through watching like my favourite episodes. Not in like any particular order. I literally watched the Pineapple Incident yesterday, and they still, apart from in like some deleted scene somewhere, just never explain how the pineapple gets there. And I'm just like, but the pineapple.
That's why you love that show. That's why you have to love that show. It's fucking great.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping it comes back, so it's just like a one-off special, just like, oh, by the way, guys, pineapple. And just like, finally, thank you. Slasher. I'll give it a bit more time, I think.
Yep.
I think also because I think it's a Netflix original, and they don't really do pilots.
Yeah,
Is it a Netflix original?
I think so.
Well, it doesn't say
Pretty
on this
sure
page
it
I'm
is.
looking at.
Oh well, either way. Yeah, so next episode, we're deviating from horror and we're going into, I think, heist. Are we going into heist mode?
Yeah, like Hustle is all long cons, and like I'm not gonna lie, I fucking love Hustle, and I've watched I've watched the whole series like 4 or 5 times. And
Fair play.
Spotless that I've never watched, but might be good.
Spotless. I've never heard of that, but I
It's
have
on
watched
Netflix.
That's handy. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
that should
I
be
very
an
much
interesting
enjoyed
one,
it.
and less scary.
Wicked. Right. That's us for another 2 weeks. We'll chat to you again very
In
soon.
October.
In October. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Feels
Right.
bad. We started the episode off being like, "Oh, it's so fucking hot," and now we're just like, "Yeah, till October."
It's really hot back in July. I love it when the weather changes in.
We'll just insert a month like later on,
Yeah.
just really badly. It'll be like your sentence, and I'll just add my voice into being like, November.
Right. Anyway, fuck off.
Okay.